how often do I use the 2-point method? Or the other question, how do I know that it actually works and how do I see the results? Hi, Catrin here from Inspire New Beginnings and 2 Points, 1 Smile. I just finished my first live workshop again after 2 years of mainly doing it on Zoom and here in Switzerland, so it was pretty awesome. And that question is one of the most common questions that is coming up. So the first one, how often do I use the 2-pointing method? That very much depends on how much you like using it. You can 2-point as often during the day, during the week, during the month as you like. I would suggest that you ask yourself if you are thinking, the more I 2-point, the faster my problem, which I call topic or energy block, is going away. And there is no correlation between the amount of times I'm applying 2-pointing and the amount of block I am transforming. Each day, when you are applying the method, you are transforming what you, your higher self, your soul, your essence, is ready to transform. And that means for some topics or some blocks, things go really quick. And for others, it takes a little longer. And there is a good reason for that too. Imagine you are living in the dark, complete dark, and suddenly somebody is turning on the light. First of all, if you've never experienced light, you would be freaking out. And your eyes would go like this, and you would possibly feel really uncomfortable and scared. Therefore, having light gradually being introduced and starting slow and slow until it's really light is a better way for us to becoming used to light. And this kind of is the same happening in 2-pointing for any of our topics. Second question, how do I know it works? And that is always a good question. In the beginning, most of the people who are starting with this method are very much into the headspace and trying to follow the steps that I am teaching, for example. And the head is often interfering with, no, this question comes first, or you have forgotten to introduce the mental level alpha, or no, you have forgotten this part, you have to start all over again. That kind of stuff is happening in our head. And initially, we will be observing mostly the topic that we are 2-pointing. And what I mean with that, let's say you have a pain in your shoulder and you are 2-pointing that pain. Mostly afterwards, what we are kind of tend to look at is the pain gone? If you have followed my workshop or know my teaching, then you do know the pain or the physical level of anything is kind of the last level on all the different levels that we are having, that a symptom is showing. The energy block that is the original one that ultimately, layer after layer after layer, is causing that pain is lying somewhere completely different. And that's where the application of the 2-point is starting to move its way up through all levels. So the transformation is happening from the beginning and then through all the levels. And that means it will most likely reach the pain level here in the shoulder later. And therefore, I always say to people when they are, especially when it comes to pain, but you can apply it for any other topic, are 2-pointing, focus on what is different everything, not just the pain. What is different in your thinking? Do you feel lighter? Do you suddenly have an idea? Do you have a different conversation with someone? So what happens is we are widening our awareness. And with this awareness, new ideas are coming in, or we are realizing that the pain that is here in the shoulder, it has something to do, for example, with a relationship problem, and things are unraveling. So I can initially, when people start with me, all I can say is, I can guarantee you it works. And initially, you have to practice and trust what I say or other people say in regards to this method, until you have one little glimpse, one result where you know that's definitely related to what I just did. And then your mind is also understanding, something works about it. I still don't quite understand how, but it works. And then you have your inner motivation to continue. The changes, again, are most likely happening somewhere completely different and not at the original point that we are two-pointing. And that goes for pain, that goes for any health issues, that goes for money problems or relationship problems, that goes for everything. So all I can do initially is explaining in my workshops the science behind it and generating kind of an energy field of trust. That's when people are then practicing. That's when they have their own results, and then they are self-motivated to continue on their own, because you all have the same ability and all of you can use this method as often as you like. So to finish this, if you have a real desire to get rid of, let's say, the pain, then you also already have a vested interest in the outcome with the two-pointing, meaning I two-point and I want this pain to go away. The better way to do this is to focus on how you feel with that pain and transform the block that created this. How long it takes, how the story unfolds, we leave up to the universe or to all the energetic fields that we are surrounded with. And maybe the pain will go like this, but maybe it stays a little longer in a less strong kind of capacity because it wants to teach you something and wants to communicate something to you. And until you actually get that message, it might just linger around a little. So that's my little thing for today. We had that question again in the workshop on the weekend, and I answered it and people really appreciated it. So I'm hoping that it helps you too. If you have any questions, first of all, subscribe to my channel, and you can always send me an email or go to my website that is also part or is linked in this channel of mine. Sending many, many blessings to all of you. Bye for now.